Hello there, beautiful magic people. So today we're going to be talking about an Regna themed commander deck. So I just recently picked up there we go, Krav the Unredeemed and Regna the Redeemer, and decided to build a deck with them because they are sweet. So Regna, at the beginning of your end step, if your team gain life, create 2/1/1 warrior creature tokens. And Krav the All-Star, pay a black, sack X creatures. Target player draws X cards and gains X life, put X/1/1 counters on Krav. So, as usual, let's go ahead and go through the mana base. And as we're looking at these beautiful basic lands, I just want to say that this deck could be a lot meaner, but I purposely stayed away from cards like Grave Pact and the Sanguine Bond Exsanguinate combo, different little things like that, because I didn't want to make something that was just completely degenerate. Instead, I wanted to focus on the synergies that you get with a sacrifice themed deck. So we got those lands out of the way. Oh, and there's 8 of each, 8 plains, 8 swamps, because that's what come with the Orzhov Guild kit, and I thought it would just be a shame to not use them all. We've got Phyrexian Tower, add colorless or sack a creature, add 2 black. Orzhov Guildgate, a Blighted Fin, Vault of the Archangel, Isolated Chapel, Caves of Koilos, however you want to say that, Tainted Field, Fetid Heath, Temple of Silence, Shambling Shell, Bajuka Bog. Feel like that's almost in every black commander deck. Command Tower, Forsaken Sanctuary, Memorial to Folly, Westvale Abbey, which you can pay 5, sack 5 creatures, and it flips into a 9/7 flying lifelink indestructible with haste. We've got a Haunted Fingraph, Concealed Courtyard, Orzhov Basilica, Orzhov the Church of Deals, and Godless Shrine. And that wraps up the mana base, so we'll go straight into the ramp. This is a kind of small mana package, but you know. Mox Amber, which we are running a decent amount of legendaries, so this should be online most of the game. Orzhov Locket, Orzhov Signet, Gilded Lotus, Soul Ring, and a Smothering Tithe. Let's go ahead and get some of these other things out of the way. We'll go Planeswalkers, because I use some Planeswalkers, but these are more for value purposes instead of just trying to straight up be bombs. Soaring Grim Nemesis, +1, reveal the top. Put it into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to its mana cost, -X. X damage start creature or planeswalker. You gain X life, -9. Get a bunch of tokens. Lord of Innistrad. The main thing we want to do is +1, get a 1/1 vampire with lifelink. The -2 I've not used yet because I was more interested in making more tokens to sack the Krav, but yeah, it's a thing. And then -6, destroy up to 3 target creatures enter planeswalkers. Return each of those cards from the graveyard to the battlefield under your control. Elspeth Tyrell, gain 1 life for each creature you control. Make 3 tokens or destroy all permanents that are not lands and tokens. And Kaya, Ghost Assassin. 0, Exiler, return to the battlefield at the end. What is that, the beginning of your end step? Yeah. You lose 2 life. -1, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2. -2, each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. Speaking of drawing cards, we've got Argol's Bloodfast, pay 2 life, draw a card. Then if you have 5 or less life, which is never going to happen, not in this deck, you flip it. And it flips into Temple of a word I can't say. And then it taps to sack a creature and you gain life equal to its toughness or for a black mana. Now it was backwards, but who's keeping track? We've got Midnight Reaper and Necropotence. Let's go with our removal package. I'm doing this in a weird way because I want to save the best stuff for last. We've got a Kaya's Wrath. I'll do this one this way. A Consecrate, Consume. A Cast Down. And Unmake, which is 3 mana, exile a creature. Instant. Mortify. Merciless Eviction. And a Utter End. Tutors. We have 3 tutors. So the first one is in here mainly because it's foil and it's really nice. You'll understand. Diabolic Tutor, Necromancing, Diabolic Intent, and Demonic Tutor. Alright, so we'll go to some of our value cards, and a few of these value cards are, I have in here because I don't have the specific cards that I want. There are 3 of them specifically that I don't actually have the cards that I want, and they're some stuff from the Ravnica Legions set that I haven't acquired yet. So let's get into that. Ethereal Absolution. We have Handwear Militia Captain, which at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 more creatures, you transform him, and he turns into a dude that his strength and toughness is equal to the number of creatures we control, and at the beginning of our end step, he poops tokens. We have it. Orzhov Advocates. I'll save that one. Blind Obedience. A Luminarch's Ascension, which is one of the ones, not one in here, and these last 2 are 2. Like I said, I just don't have the cards yet. And Ariel, which she is a good card, however, I would much rather a 4 mana Angel with some Afterlife. And an Obsidat. We have 2 protection cards, one being Mother of Runes, and another being Selfless Spirit. Let's look at our payoffs. We have a Taste of Karlov, Linger of the Dusk Rose, Blood Artist, and Pious Evangel, however you want to say it, who flips into this guy. Well, we're getting there, almost done. We've got some recursion, and here in a minute we'll look at our sack outlets and the things we're actually going to be sacrificing. So, Twilight Shepherd, which you can also sack and get back. So a little bit of shenanigans with her. Face Rewards, those are for your big turns when you're just wanting to go off with a Blood Artist. Restoration Gearsmith. Whisper, Blood, can't say that last word. I can say it, but I'm going to butcher it, and I don't feel like butchering it. A Karmic Guide. Unburial Rites. Apprentice Necromancer. Adakar Valkyrie. And a Treasury Thrall. Alright, let's look at our sack outlets, and after these 2, there's 2 cards that I just randomly stumbled across. I'm pretty sure it's been found. People's noticed it. I didn't know about it until I was looking at this deck and seen these 2, but that's what we'll talk about here in a second. Hidden Stockpile. Teysa Orzhov Scion. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Eiley Eternal Pilgrim. Vampiric Rites. And the #1 best sack outlet of all time, Cereseer. Now, what are we sacrificing? One, just for the occasional value, because she's gonna, if you don't have something to sacrifice her, she's gonna eat a lot of removal. So we have Death Pack Angel, and mainly as a way to protect her, since she gets the token that lets you pay 6 to get her back. Orzhov Racketeers. Knight of the Last Breath. Vindictive Lich. Orzhov Enforcer. Hallowed Spirit Keeper. Haunted Dead. Ministrant of Obligation. And a Tithe Taker. Alright, so that is the deck out of the way, and there's a lot of neat synergies and things that that happen in this deck as you're playing it that you probably wouldn't think about. So the deck makes you think a little bit more about your line of play than a lot of decks do. And it's extremely fun to play, and I would recommend it to anyone. And it's considering a lot of this is commons, uncommons, and stuff from the newer set like Tithe Taker, which isn't too expensive. You can pick up the most of this for fairly cheap. And actually a lot of it is in, you can buy right now, the Orzhov Guild Kits. So I'm using most of these because I wanted to stay on theme as much as possible. So instead of using the original printing of him, he's got the little Orzhov set symbol. I'm using him just to have that set symbol, and using her instead of the original printing. Well, man, this foil is pretty. So you can get a lot of the Orzhov stuff from this. And the rest of it, like I said, he's an uncommon, rare in this, but he's got a reprinting as uncommon. Uncommon. You can get a lot of this deck for fairly cheap. Alright, so let's talk about the last 2 cards, and then we'll end it with that. Accidentally stumbled across it, like I said, and I'm pretty sure other people have noticed this, but I just didn't notice it until I was playing and done it to someone. I was like, oh, well, yeah, that just happened. You lost. So with this, you want to activate the bottom ability. Whenever you gain life this turn, each opponent loses 2 life. And then cast your Revenge Side. 6 mana, double your life total. Target opponent loses half their life, rounded up. So if, roughly, this wasn't scenario. The scenario, my opponent was at normal life and I was at 200 when this happened. But they lose half their life, so if you're both at 40 still, they'll go to 20, you'll gain 40, going to 80. And that counts as life gain. So since you gained 40 life, your opponent is going to lose 40 life, making them lose the game. Alright guys, and that is my Krav and Regna deck. Regna. Like I said, I know that there's probably a much better, more competitive way to build this with, what is that card again? Dictate of Erebos, and similar effects, Grave Packs, and the Sanguine Bonding Sanguinate combo, and I know there's a Tesa combo, and there's all kinds of things I could have done with this. However, I didn't want to do those. I just wanted this to be super fun, so hope some of y'all are inspired to do something similar. I look forward to reading your comments, and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.